Good morning, Year 7. Today we are starting our measurement topic, and we're going to be starting today with converting units of length. To fill in the dot points, the meter is the basic metric unit of length, and from that you know that we have other units that we can convert into, such as centimeters or millimeters or kilometers. When converting to smaller units, you need to multiply by a power of 10. So it could be 10, 100, or 1,000, depending on what unit you're converting to. But a smaller unit means that you need more of them. That's why we're multiplying. When converting to a larger unit, you're going to divide by a power of 10. Again, this could be 10, 100, or 1,000. A larger unit means that you need less of them. So to help you with the conversions, we're going to complete this diagram that's here. We need to draw some arrows starting from the kilometers. We're going to draw an arrow going over to the meters. Make sure you put an arrowhead on the end of it. Coming over to centimeters, over to millimeters. And then underneath, we're going to have arrows going in the opposite direction. Okay, so as we said in the last two dot points, if we have a big unit like kilometers and we're wanting to turn it into a smaller unit like meters, we're going to be multiplying. So there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer, so we're going to multiply by 1,000. If we want to go from meters to centimeters, there's 100 centimeters in a meter, so we're timesing by 100. And there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter, so times by 10. If we are going from the smaller units up to the bigger units, it's still going to be the 10, 100,000, but this time we're dividing because we're going from smaller to bigger units. Okay, when reading scales, be sure that you know what units are showing on the scale. So we have a ruler here with an arrow on it. This ruler is showing us, and we need to read off the measurement. Now we have both millimeters and centimeters written on the end of this ruler. That's because the big numbers here, these big spaces, are measured in centimeters, 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters. But the little spaces in between, these little lines in here, they are millimeters. So we're starting at 0 here, and we want to measure all the way up to this line, and we need to be as accurate as possible. So we know we are between 3 and 4 centimeters. So it will be 3 point, and each one of the little lines in here, I need to count them up to see what my decimal place is. So the medium line in the middle will be 5, so it's one more on from there, which will be 6. So 3.6 if I want this measured in centimeters. Alternatively, you could turn the whole thing into millimeters and know that that is 36 millimeters. Either one of those answers would be fine. You don't have to have both, but you do have to make sure that you include the units, which is the centimeters or the millimeters, so that we know how you've read that off the ruler. Okay, so coming into our examples. Example 1, we want to convert some units. Now, it's good to have this diagram at the top here to help us do this. If we want to go from meters to the one in the brackets, which is centimeters. On my diagram, the meters is here, and I want to follow the arrow, which means I've got to go this way over to the centimeters. Now, the number that I've gone over is multiplied by 100. So next to the 3 here, I'm going to go times 100, and 3 times 100 is equal to 300, and this will now be in centimeters. Okay, let's do another one. In part B, we want to go from millimeters, which is down the end here, millimeters, And I need to jump all the way up to meters. So from millimeters, I'm going to divide by 10 and divide by 100. So we're going to do both of them down here. Divide by 10 divided by 100. Now you may be able to do that without a calculator. You are welcome to type them in your calculator if you like, but without a calculator, that's a total of 3 zeros on the 10 and the 100 there, which means I need to go back 3 places, which would make the answer 4.2 meters. The final conversion is 25,600 centimeters that I need to convert to kilometers. So starting with centimeters, which is in here, here is my centimeters. I need to divide by 100 and then divide by 1000 to get down to the kilometers. So let's write that underneath. Okay, so what is 25,600 divided by 100 divided by 1000? So let's put this one into our calculator. 25600, we're going to divide by 100 and then divide by 1000. So it's equal to 0.256. Make sure that you remember to include kilometers in the answer. Okay, next page, we're on to question 2. Add these lengths together and give the result in the units shown in the brackets. So we want our answer in millimeters. So the 8 millimeters, that's already in the correct unit, but the 6 centimeters, we need to convert that. To change centimeters to millimeters, you can use the chart on the previous page. You have to times by 10, which means that 6 centimeters is 60 millimeters. Then I was told that I need to add these lengths together. So I have 60 millimeters plus another 8 millimeters, which makes 68 millimeters. Question 3, we are reading a measurement of our ruler. So again, make sure that it starts at 0, and then we have to carefully measure our scale. Our big spaces here are in centimeters and the little lines in between will be millimeters. So our line goes past the 2 but not as far as 3, so it'll be 2 point, and then counting up the little spaces, it's right in the center here at 2.5 centimeters. Or that would also be the same as 25 millimeters if you prefer. In part B, we're not starting at 0, we're starting up here, 5 point something, and then we've got our finishing mark here. So to find the length of that section, you want to subtract the 2 measurements. So reading the bigger one first would be 6.5 if I'm doing it in centimeters. Then I'm going to minus, and the smaller number would be 5.8. And then if you subtract those numbers, 6.5 minus 5.8 is 0.7. And this would be measured in meters because that's the unit on my ruler. So 0.7 meters, or if you wanted to convert it, you could times that by 100, and that would be 70 centimeters. Question 4. Use subtraction to find the difference between the measurements and give your answer with the units shown in the brackets. So we want to show our answer in centimeters. Neither of the measurements I've been given are in centimeters, so both of them need to be converted. 0.5 of a meter, if I want to convert that into centimeters, I need to times by 100. Okay, 0.5 times 100 is equal to 50 centimeters. 30 millimeters you need to divide that by 10 to turn it into centimetres. 30 divided by 10 is 3 centimetres. Now we did a question like this earlier where we had to add them, but this time I want to subtract. I have 50 centimetres and I need to subtract off 3 centimetres, and my answer would be 47 centimetres. Okay, so it is your turn to practice converting units of length. You need to go to your workbook and do pages 2 to 5.